if you've ever believed that you can't get something done, you're going to want to watch this video. What are beliefs? Let's start off with that. A belief is really just something that is self-imposed, or because of our actions in the past, what people expect from us. So if you woke up tomorrow with amnesia and didn't know who you were, where you were, and really just had to reintroduce yourself to all the people that know you, you could essentially be whoever you want. And so if we approached our lives that way, these limiting beliefs, these things that we have told ourselves, the things that other people have told ourselves are not true. They're completely able to be changed at any time. But how do we change those things? Because, at the end of the day, if you are talking to someone and they expect you to be one way and you come in and you be a completely different way, that's something that we're really thinking about. And because of that, that affects how we think about ourselves. So the way that I've found is really helpful for me is in 4 steps. So the first thing I do is pray about it. And if you're not a praying type, then meditate. Something that is going to give your limiting beliefs to a higher power. For me, it's God. I know He controls my mind. I know He controls my heart. I know He controls everything. He can be in power of how I treat every single day. He has the power. And so I pray when I'm going through a limiting belief, when I need something to be able to be changed in my life. The second thing that I do is I'm going to look up something like this, a YouTube video, a podcast, some sort of motivational thing that's going to address exactly what I'm having troubles with. So if I believe that I'm not a good closer, then I'm going to look at how to close sales meetings more often. And that's going to be something that's going to help me to get rid of that limiting belief. The third thing is our mentor. If you don't have a mentor, then you don't have someone that you can go to with specific situations that they can speak to and say, hey, I've been there, I've done that. Here's what got me through that. Now, the big thing here is that your mentor is probably busy, probably very successful. So if you go to them right away, then they're going to be probably a little bit irritated. So that's why I put this as number 3. Pray first. Listen to a podcast or something second, and then you've had a couple aha moments at that point to be able to go to your mentor and say, hey, here's the limiting belief that I have. Here's what I've kind of thought about how to change it or what to do. Now, can you help me fill in the gaps? That's really what your mentor is meant to be there for. They're not going to do things for you. They're going to help you fill in gaps. And then lastly, guys, we get in this, when it comes to prayer, when it comes to the podcast, when it comes to our mentor, those are all learning. Those are all reflecting. Those are all things that are going to help feed our mind, but it won't mean anything until we put it into action. And so that's where the last one comes into play. You've got to take action. Take these things that you've learned and in the next 24 hours, put that into action. And let me just give you a specific scenario for me recently that's happened. And one of my limiting beliefs was that I can't hold on to people. I can bring people into my organization, but holding on to them, that's just something I have a tough time doing. I have a tough time motivating people. I have a tough time inspiring people. I can bring them in all day, but I had all these limiting beliefs. So what did I do? I prayed about it. Then I watched a podcast, and then I called my mentor and I said, hey, have you ever felt like you don't believe in yourself to be able to lead others? And, that person poured into me, gave me some great ideas. And this all happened in one day. And by the end of the day, here's what happened. I was sitting there. I knew what I needed to do. I knew I needed to take action. I knew that the best way for me to get over this would be to practice, practice, practice. I was tired. I was exhausted. My mind was playing tricks with me. There were so many reasons why my mind was telling me, don't pick up the phone. Don't talk to people. You're not ready. You need to keep learning. And I just did it. I just went for it. I made 20 phone calls. 18 of them went to voicemail. And honestly, I could have been very disappointed about those 18 not responding. But the 2 that got on the phone with me were the 2 conversations that were meant to happen, that were meant to be able to give me that extra belief. Because what I ended up finding was in those 2 conversations, I do have the ability to hold on to people. I do have the ability to inspire and to motivate and to help others figure out why they're doing what they're doing. And that for me was all I needed to take what I learned that day, apply it to this limiting belief, and now take that limiting belief from here to here, and now I've got to go out and I've got to do it again today to take it to here. And every day, just keep on practicing and using those 4 steps to help to get past that limiting belief. That's what I'm going to do. Is that what you're going to do? You're going to take an opportunity right now that if you have already prayed and now you're watching this video, it's time to go to your mentor, and then it's time to go and put this stuff into action. I dare you.